hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. It was echoing. I don't know why it was echoing. Good morning, everybody. I'm feeling much better today. How is everybody? Like, I'm much better. No, you don't understand how much better I feel. I'm like, you could see my camisole this morning, but that's okay, right? Anyway, so last night, I put a dehumidifier on and said I was bound to determine I was going to get better. Now, if you guys know anything about COVID, I've had it twice now, that it's significant in your 5th day and your 8th/9th day. So either you feel worse or you feel better. My 5th day was terrible. I mean, you couldn't even hear me talking. It was that bad. Anyway, I just messed my makeup in. It's okay though. Anyway, so this is my 8th day. And my daughter said to me, she goes, be prepared, there's drainage. I got up, I couldn't breathe this morning. I was choking, but it's draining. And I feel more like myself. So, and if you guys know me, I'm a Sag and I can't stop. I'm like an Energizer bunny. So, like this morning, I'm going to go out real quick, go get my groceries, make sure I've got my mask on. I'm sure I'm still positive in my, but we did notice when I took it Monday that the line barely was almost not visible anymore, which means that you're almost negative. So if I wear my mask, because it's been 8 days, so I'm going to make sure I have a mask. I would never give this to anybody. Anyway, and I'm going to go out and garden after I do my reading. So everybody's got their reading coming to them today. The people that I missed, I'll be making them up on Wednesday, Thursday. Okay? So with that said, just thought I would let everybody know. Also, I'm in the process of sponsoring somebody that actually I'm going to start advertising for them. Hold on a second. Okie dokie. So I am big into CBD oil, always have been. And I've had it personally made for me. I've had all kinds of stuff done. And somebody said, would you be willing to look at these and think if they're any good? They're called Aries Essentials and they work. They really do work. And they're cheap. And it's CBD oil. And I'm really happy with them. I'm not just saying that. And I'm going to tell you, if I didn't believe in something, I'd say please. You know, because I've had a couple of brands that suck, and this one doesn't. They just pop one, and it got rid of my sore throat, really, really well. So you're gonna see this. I'm gonna be putting a link on my bio and everything. And if you want to try them, they're cheap. I think they're cheap because I just paid for some CBD gummies. I think they were $75. And they didn't work. I think they're half that. Plus, you get a discount from me. So we're gonna work on that though. I don't have it up yet, but I'm gonna start advertising for them because they are really good. And it was actually from a follower. And she's got a small private company. Remember, I always help you guys. So if you guys have a company, or you're a psychic, or you're a medium, and you want some backing, I give it to anybody that wants it. I really do. So it doesn't bother me. Okay. All right. Oh, thanks, guys. So with that said, I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to be on here for notice I've been on here longer. You guys notice that? I've been on here more like 40 minutes. And I'm drinking my tea. Actually, this is vanilla, sugar-free vanilla, carnation, instant, whatever, with passion flower tea, and it's a caffeine free and everything. So that's what I'm drinking, even though it's got the wrong label. Here, let me turn it backwards. They don't need to see that, right? But I've got a lot of plans. We are going to definitely to Greenville, South Carolina, to teach classes. So if you're near the Atlanta area, you're within an hour of that, hour and a half. I've already had 3 people said they were interested in coming that I've read for. So I'm going to be teaching classes out there and also doing a gallery reading where, there's 30 people in a room and I read you. So we're going to do all that. So it sounds like a lot of fun. I've got it kind of getting set up for me. Like I'm being asked to come. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. We're good with that, right? Okay. All right. So, okay. Oh, I know. Thank you. Veronica, will you conceive soon? Yes. Veronica, you're gonna have a baby around late summer to early fall of next year. So figure it out. Now I'm telling you, my daughter's trying to get pregnant. And so I want to be another grandma. It'll be my fifth one. And I was young when I had my kids. So, and by the way, I wanted to say this because people have asked me how old I am. I'm 55. People are like, you don't look 55. I don't act 55 either. I'm in really good health, and I think that that's it. But I met somebody, and I don't know about you guys, but were you guys bullied in high school and stuff? Because I was. I was the jock. By the way, I was 150 pounds, 5'7". So what was I, size 9? I was always fat. They always called me names, and it was bad names. You're the ugliest girl in the school and everything else. And karma's a bitch, right? Because now I'm looking at these people in high school, and they look like hell. They look like they're 65, 70 years old. I'm looking like I'm like in my 40s. And look at karma's a bitch. I'm telling you. And I just have to laugh because I'm like, and wait until I drop some weight. Wait. And I just kind of chuckle at these people now because they're like, well, we're going to get together. I graduated in 1985. So 85. So God, good Lord, that's just coming up here. And it's going to be the 40th. And I look like I did when I was in high school. I'll have to give you a high school picture. I just am heavier, but I look the same. You can tell me I'm the same person. And I just had to laugh because I was saying, I said it, I put it on Facebook as karma's a bitch, isn't it? So, yeah. So all I know is that you got what you deserve. So too bad. Anyway, all right. So here we go. Here's some more readings. I just wanted to say that because I was like, I just noticed it yesterday, and I was laughing because the most popular boy in school looks like freaking hell. And I'm just, and you're not going to say that to him. You know what I mean? Because you're an adult, But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The stuff that goes on when you're a child, you carry it for the rest of your life. Well, if you were bullied, if you were picked on, if somebody was, you carry that. You carry it with you wherever you go. And so I just have to say karma is sweet. So there you go. Okay. So here we go. Wait, guys, slow down. I've got so many people feeding. Okay. Oh, I can't read this. I'm trying to read these as fast as I can. People on TikTok, please send me roses because that's how I am trying. There we go. Thank you. All right, that rolling rock. Thank you. I will try to get to your question. Okay. So just send me, you guys know what I mean by roses. Rebecca, will your disability be approved, but not the way you're going now? You've got to either get somebody to help you or go through a different attorney or something. It's not going through the way you're doing it. Another doctor, something. Okay, so take a different route and then you will, and it'll still take a long time. They're looking at next year, late next year before you, maybe mid to late next year before you get approved. And I'm sorry, you'll have back pay. If you guys don't know about me, my mother went blind. She was a diabetic. She went blind from a doctor's error. He did surgery on the wrong eye. She never sued, and she couldn't even get disability. They wouldn't give it to her, and she had to fight and fight and fight. And finally, she got it. And that made my brother's an attorney, and that's what he does is disability law because he saw how hard it's all in your attorney. Okay? So it's all in your attorney. All right? Okay. So, alrighty. Hold on, you guys. Okay. So, hold on. Oh. Will you get an interview this month, Virginia? Yes, about the third week in. I don't know if you want it, though. Doesn't feel like it's paying real well. So I want you to be looking at that, though. Okay? Okay. He did your virgin heart. You left a cute note. Okay. Hold on. Why are you getting headaches lately? I feel like it's weather related for you. I feel like it's atmospheric. Now remember, you guys, I have a new guide, and I can't believe the accuracy because they tell me what to say. Like I said, it was a very, very dear friend. I miss him every day. He was my doctor, and he was a homeopathic chiropractor. And I still can't believe he's gone. I just expect to go. I can't even go back in the office because like my massage therapists are there and everything. And it's like there's a hole, and I don't know, but he talks to me all the time, but it's not the same. Anyway, and he's the one giving me answers health-wise. Now, I am not a doctor, but I am giving you good advice so you can tell your doctor. And I don't care what anybody says. Go to a homeopathic, or if you can find a good acupuncturist, do that. Okay, seriously, do that because they work and they find out what's wrong, the source of it, instead of just treating the symptoms. So, okay. So let's see how soon will you move to Florida? Oh, not for a while yet. It's into well, I see you have a chance to go in the spring, but I don't know if you're going to go. But then you're going to go a little later than that. Okay? I'm not sure what that means, but it might be that you might be going down to look and not find the right thing. It's something like that though. Okay? So don't push it yourself because I feel like you'll have a chance to go, but you might not take it then. I'm going to tell you, I have property in Florida. And I'm very unhappy with what's going on with the educational system. Did you know that they let people who have absolutely no education teach? And what they're doing is if you're a veteran, so it means you might not know how to read and write. You might not know how any algebra. You can teach. Huh? I mean, really? Like, talk about a total slap in the face. That is a total slap in the face. And I have to say that even in Wisconsin, it's gotten very disrespectful because people who have no experience at all but have a bachelor's degree can also get a teaching certificate. It takes talent to teach. What don't people get? This is right here is a sign that the country is falling apart. Right there is a sign because it's from the bottom up, where the educational system falters. But I do say good things are coming because that whole thing is going to reshape itself. I'd still say this country's reshaping itself. We have no choice. So, prediction. Okay. Will you have kids with Edmund soon? What do you mean by soon? In about 2 years. Hi, guys. Hi, Rosie. You guys send me a question. I'm trying really hard to make sure I get them. So send me some roses. Okay. Well, Jeff and I have a baby together. Do either one of you have blonde hair? Because I see a baby that could like it's a boy. It could be blonde. Catherine, is Patrick really in love with me? He thinks so. I think he is, and he doesn't realize it. He doesn't understand how he feels. Okay? So now, Sniper Goddess. Grandmother who passed away suddenly said that now is not the time when trying to connect with her. Why? Did she have really pretty hair that would get fixed at the beauty parlor? And it's kind of short though, and it would be kind of fixed, and it's kind of a gray, silvery color. It's not white. Is that her? It's kind of short. I'm not sure why she would say that. It might have been not at that right time. And now are you okay? So did she just pass? Okay, let me explain this. If she just passed. Sometimes they cocoon themselves. You guys know what a deprivation chamber is? That is what they do. I've been, trust me, even Jim did it. Now, when Jim passed, he was talking to me immediately, like within 10 minutes. But then he went away, and I was like, I mean, I guess he's just somewhere else, visiting somebody else. And he came back about 2 weeks ago, about a week ago, And so he's been gone about, for our time, because there's no time over there, maybe 3 weeks to 6 weeks. Sometimes they're gone that long, depending on if it was a painful death or if there's tons of negative energy. If they had a very, very hard life, they're full of negative energy from the planet. So what they do is they go into a deprivation chamber, like a cocoon. And it looks like a cocoon, but you know what it it looks like? The womb. And they go in and they're in a ball and they're in there for a while. I know that sounds crazy, but they've shown me that. So, and then when they come out, they're much better. They're calmer. They all that negativity that they've been dragging around with them is gone. So just to let you know, my dad did the same thing. I didn't hear from my dad when my dad passed, and I was with him when he died. I didn't hear from him for 6 weeks. And it was a long time. It was probably even more than that. But how he appeared to me is I had a dream of him fishing, and he looked real young. And he turned around and made a face at me. And my daughter called me and said, "Mom, I had this dream and I think it was Grandpa, but I can't tell because he was really young and blah, blah, blah. And he was fishing." And I'm like, we had the same dream at the same time. He was telling all of us he's okay. And now he does come around on occasion. He doesn't stay around me all the time, but he used to call me sis. So and that's the first thing. I had a friend of mine says, "Who's sis?" And I said, "Me, it's my dad." So, go figure, right? Okay, so, all right. Anyway, Sniper Goddess, tell me if that was her. Please do. Will you state your same job? No. Do you have sleep apnea? I want to say you also have a hormonal problem too, Sammy, that's causing it. It's a combination. You know that you can get rid of a little bit of sleep apnea? This is me, because I've gotten rid of mine. 1, I had my tonsils pulled. 2, it's improve your core strength. There's some different things you can do. There's a couple of exercises. Google it. It works. Try it. Trust me on this. It works. Because what happens over time as we get older, our muscles get weak and then we're all balled up and then we can't breathe. And I used to always, because I actually had an 89 or an 88 for sleep apnea. And they wanted to do all this stuff and give me a pap. And I said, well, why don't we do something else? Because I never had it before. And as I've gotten older. So they pulled my tonsils. My tonsils are humongous. They went halfway down my throat. I'm not kidding you. Always had lots and lots and lots of sinus problems. And I'm going to tell you, they're gone. It's the best thing I ever did. And it wasn't that big of a deal. He did such a nice job. He was a very good doctor, and I don't trust doctors. I trust this guy. And I also had something in my nose called turbinates. This is a new procedure. They're these little hairs inside your nose, and they continue to grow your whole life. And they start blocking your air passage. Ask for turbinate surgery. I'm not kidding. Try this. That's what I did. I did the turbinate, and it's just an outpatient. It's just, there's no blood, nothing. But they go in and they trim them. They're like little hairs, but they get so big, they block your nose. So that's why when people get old, they snore. Anyway, I did that, and then, like I said, I've been doing core exercises. I can tell when I haven't done my core exercises. I don't sleep as good. So, but I know that the last time now they took me in to have me for sleep apnea. I wasn't eligible. The lowest point was like 92 or 93%. They said, it's a little low, but it's nothing that, so it's solvable. Trust me. Don't try it. Try something. Even if they test positive, there's ways to get around it. Okay. All right, Sammy. All right. Hey, I tell you, I share with you what I know. I've been around. I'm 55. I've been through a lot. I've pretty much seen it all. So I'm not that old, but I've taught. When you've taught for 31 years, you've seen a lot. And you've been through a lot. You've dealt a lot with people too. So anyway, all right. Will I get this new job? Yeah. Yes, Patrick. All right. How is love showing up with someone I already know that's younger? Yes. Yes. The person you're going to be with is a couple, maybe 2 to 3 years younger, maybe. Any advice on your mom's health with chemo? She's going to be okay. Now, Shannon, I'm not going to scare you, but that's what Jim did. Jim was riddled with cancer. I mean, by the time he knew something was wrong with him, and he just didn't know what. And then his tests kept coming back negative. There was nothing in his bloodstream, but they were a little off, and he could never figure it out. It went on for 2.5 years. So he was riddled with cancer this whole time. And finally, he had a lump on his neck. And I said to him, and so did my daughter, said, "What's the lump on your neck?" And he goes, "I don't know." I said, "Jim, come on, you're a healthcare provider. Well, what are you doing?" And he went in, he was riddled. He was riddled with cancer. And I still say the chemo is what did him in, but he had it everywhere. And for your mother, Shannon, this is going to work. She's going to be weak for a long time. And you're going to have to also be careful. And what I'm picking up and what he's talking to me, is that you're going to have to be careful for bones. She has to keep her bones strong. Okay? So make sure that she's getting a little exercise that keeps bones strong. Lots of calcium. He says exercise, moderate exercise, walking. Did she have it in her lungs? Because it feels like it's hard to breathe or something. So keep her lungs moving. Okay. Irish eyes. I'm not going to answer that here. But text me or call me. I mean that. Okay. Yes, I do. How am I feeling? I feel you can tell me I'm more of myself again. I feel much better. It's my 8th day, and I knew I would hit the 8th day because that was the same for my daughter. It's so funny. I've got 3 daughters. They're all like me genetically, but yet my oldest one are somehow, she's got a different blood type, but we heal the same and stuff. So whatever, she gets a certain type of cold or something, I'll get the exact same symptoms. And she said, my 8th day, Mom, I felt much, much better. It's my 8th day. And I had all this garbage going down my throat. I was choking. And she had the same thing when she had COVID. So yeah, so she's the one that's trying to get pregnant. I still predict, here's my prediction, she'll be pregnant by October or November. So she's going through IVF. And they can't decide if they want to do sperm donor because my son-in-law had pre-cancer. So they don't, or they're going to go, they're going to try to do complete IVF, or if they're going to go for sperm donor. So she really wants to do IVF. So I think that's probably what she's going to end up doing. They can't because he had cancer. So they had to have a vasectomy. Yeah, so. Is your health going to be okay, Tina Marie? Yes, but you need to be seeing something. You're not always taking care of yourself the way you're supposed to be. I'm calling you out because that's what they're telling me to say to you. If you're careful with yourself, yes, you're going to be okay. But you're not honoring yourself enough. Honor yourself more. You're the most important thing out there. You know, you're the best thing since sliced bread. Why? I want to say some of your self-esteem, or maybe from childhood even, you're not feeling like you're worth the effort or something. You take good care of you, and yes, you will be okay. You have a long life ahead of you anyway. So, but you know, you got to try to be you got your health, you got it all, right? That came from Jim. That's what he just said to me. Because and for him, he was 59, completely healthy person to like that. And so he had HPV, by the way. That's what he had. And if you guys know anything about his background, I might as well tell you because you guys don't know his last name. His wife was screwing around on him all the time. And I still say that's what killed him. She killed him. I still say it. But anyway, that's beside the point. He says he wishes I hadn't said that. But that's just my opinion. Sorry. Will you be successful with your goals? You know what? I'm sure you will be. And the fact you asked me that makes it a conscious effort. Make a wish board. I put my wish board right here. And then I have a wish board like right in front of my bed every morning. When I get up, I see my wish board. It's not magic. What it is it puts it to the forefront of your mind. And it works. I've taken things down. I took all kinds of things down. I'm like, retirement, I had taken that. I was like, I do have on here, I'm losing weight. I want my acreage. You guys don't know, I'm trying to buy a healing center. So I want 15 to 20 acres. I want to be on the New York New York Times bestsellers list with my new books that are coming out. And I want to go to Ireland. Ireland, Scotland, England is one of my first. And then I'm going to go to, well, I also want to hit France because I speak fluent French. But I'm wanting to go to Europe. I really, really, really want to go. It's just something that's nagging at me. And I'm going to look up my family. I'm going to search for my family. I got my family back into the 1500s. You guys do know the history of that, right? You probably won't get much farther back than that because they didn't keep records on peasants. And most of us are, from the peasantry, back before about 1400 and the Black Plague. That's when they started keeping track of people. And you know why? Because after the plague, that people just said, you know what? I don't have to stay here and put up with your crap anymore. I don't have to work a job I don't want to work. Sounds familiar? And they left and they moved places. That's why they ended up with the last name my name is Sam Miller, Sam the Miller. Or I'm Sam from Brandenburg. So then Brandenburg, the last name Brandenburg, Germany, that's a very common name. Because you're from Brandenburg, Germany. See what I'm saying? So you have to know your history. Remember, I'm a history buff and I was a history teacher sometimes. I split my time between art and history. And I also taught French too. So one year I taught some French. I taught art and then like a couple of French classes. So, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm working. Okay. When will you buy a house and move south? That many years, okay? It's gonna be a while. It's okay, but don't push it. I feel like it's just right. The timing is everything for you, okay? Do you have to finish school or something? You have to finish something up first. So what does that mean? Victoria, what's your aura color? Purple, or actually indigo purple? Is that your favorite color? You guys do know that, right? Usually your aura is your favorite color. There's a reason you picked your favorite color. It's the color you give off. My favorite color used to be yellow, and I still love yellow. I love yellow gold, and I just am really, I like that creamy color, this creamy color. But I also love turquoise in my aura now, and I can prove it. So if you guys have never gone to one of these, it is an aura photographer. And they'll travel around at metaphysical stores and you have it done. And you know what? Because when you're in an awakening, you turn gold. So if all of a sudden you like a gold or a silver, you're just really super attracted to those colors, or even a pleasant orange, like these colors right here, these colors right here. That's your aura. You're in an awakening. You're coming into your spiritual gifts. And I've always liked yellow though, because yellow is energetic and I love the sun. But I also, now when you take my my aura, I actually got a couple of photos. I got them here. And then the very edge of mine is blue. It's like I got all the colors now in it, because at first it was so bad. When I first started doing this, you couldn't see me. My aura was so huge with the amount of energy I was radiating. I'd do my aura, and you had your picture in the middle. You couldn't see me. It was yellow, bright orange, orangey yellow. And now it's a very gentle, kind of a teal with quite a bit of yellow. But usually, my point is your color, your favorite color is usually your aura. So, okay. Will your upcoming medical test reveal anything of concern? Mama, I kind of feel like, do you need to watch something's running in the blood? So is it cholesterol? Cholesterol, blood sugar, or something? It's nothing serious, and you can manage this, okay? All right, so don't worry about it. They have to do more tests, too, about something. There's another test you're going to have to take. Like it's a test upon a test. So, okay. When will your husband and I buy a house? Will it be in a different state? Yes, you'll buy a house in about 1.5 to 2 years. The prices in houses, okay. So remember I told you about the housing market? I say it's a crash, but people say it's not as much as a horrible crash. But you notice the prices are coming down? Pay attention. Go look. I'm very serious. Go look. I'm right. I said that was going to happen this year. Because it could, okay, I'm not just a psychic, I'm well educated too. And I knew that by looking at the trends from the past, because I'm a history buff, I knew what was going to happen. And I knew they were going to level out and then start dropping. People are, and we are in a recession. So, the interest rate goes up. Usually the housing market goes down. But I want to say that the interest rate's going to go up again. I said that earlier. So see, there's my prediction again. I guess I should write these. Remember I always tell you I have to write these? Because otherwise otherwise we don't know where they appear and they disappear on us. Hold on. I'm going to write that one. Okay, I got to find my book where I am. Because I do write, I said, okay, hold on. My podcast. Okay, hold on. I have a page that I'm writing on. Well, I gotta have to match it. Well, anyway, the interest rates are gonna raise again. So I still say it. I would say 1%. No, actually 3.34%. Like 3/4 of a percent. So what's the date? 8/2. Interest rates, 3/4 of a interest rates. I have no idea where I'm getting all this, but you guys, if you're watching me, it's been accurate. So interest rates raise another 3/4 of a percent, 0.75%. How's that? And yes, even though I'm an art teacher, even though I do this, I also taught college algebra. Yes, I didn't. I do know math. And it's so funny because I never was really good in math. You're never really good at something until you have to teach somebody else. And that's what I do when I teach. When I taught, I have a Montessori background. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a method of teaching. And I've always, if I have a student that needs to like really learn something, I'll say, no, you go teach her what you know. And then they'd be like, really? Maybe that's why my kids like me so much. I was always the favorite teacher because I just did stuff like that. Because it's good for building self-esteem, and I always see your potential. So I am a potential reader. What's your highest ability? What's your highest, what goals can you attain? That's when I read, that's what I say. And I always see the very best in you. I don't see the bad stuff. Because you know what? I always say some of the bad stuff are just bad decisions, or that's not who you really are. I mean, you're a product of God. So there's good in everybody. And I just don't see bad in people, I do have honestly, it's been very, very seldom that I've said that I've had a couple of kids that are sociopaths. I've got a couple murderers in prison right now. And I just told the one, I wrote him a letter because I had heard he was in prison. And he was great to hear from. He was glad to hear from me. And I said, you just made a bad decision. You're not a bad person. You never have been. You have a kind heart. And and he said the letter meant a lot to him. So, all right. Hold on. Will your kids have a successful school year? Oh, you know what? It's school getting ready to start. This is the first year in 31 years, you guys. And it's August that I don't have to ever worry about it again. Yay. No offense, but I'm burned out of it. And it's a sad thing that I started a business and I'm making 3 times what I made when I taught. That why is there a teacher shortage? That just explained it. Not only that, the fact that we have to, you got 5-year-olds asking me, where do we go if we get shot? Who wants to deal with this anymore? And then you're over indoctrinating, and you're going to tell me what I'm going to teach. You don't trust me to teach. I'm telling you, it's the country's falling apart, and it's going to have to. But we're going to come out of this stronger than ever. And yes, the educational it's gonna get much better. We got 4 years. We're already halfway through one of them. By 2026, I don't understand, but that's what they tell me. Okay. Okay. Will your pain issues get cleared up this month? No, hun, Donna. You need to look at some other things. I want to say there's another procedure or something. Is it your back or your? Feels like your bones. It, hold on. There's a guy coming in that's going to be very helpful to you. We'll let him help you. It's a man and he's younger and he's thinner. He's not a real big guy, but he's young. Let him help you. He's got ideas. I don't know if you're seeing him. I'm big into homeopaths because they try to find the source of what's wrong. And 90% of the time it's inflammation of some sort. You're not eating right. You're allergic to something you don't know. It's like that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Oh, I was right. They raised your rent $150. We will purchase a home next year or rent. You're going to get your own home, sweetheart. I do want to say, oh, here's another prediction, that there is some type of housing program for a new housing program. I'm writing this down. Program in U.S. coming next year to help people next year to buy homes. I don't know what that is, but go for it, right? There's something new. I don't know what it is. That's what they told me. Remember, I've got about 7 people talking to me all at the same time. So, yeah. Autumn, yes, you're gonna be. Yeah, you will be. I wanted to say around. It's kind of hectic to move during Thanksgiving, Christmas, but you might be then. If you're on YouTube, you might not be American. You might be Canadian or something. I get a lot of. I only have about 60% of Americans listening on my YouTube. Most of them are from other countries. New Zealand. I get a lot from New Zealand, Australia, India, UK, Scotland, Ireland. Netherlands. Got a few from Germany that speak, and Portugal, they speak English. Like I do. Je dois admettre que ma français n'est pas très bon. I speak fluent French, but I've had actually people from Haiti speaking in French to me, but my French, I forget it a lot. And it comes back to you as you speak it, but when you haven't spoken it like I haven't been, I sometimes will listen to Canadian French on the radio while I'm driving, and people are like, what are you listening to? I said, I'm listening to try to get my French back. So, but I'm not, you don't use it, you lose it. So, okay. Will you ever, Melissa, of course you're going to get married. But not, you know what? Are you really young? Because I don't feel like it's for several years yet. And there'll be 2 children. You're only having 2. Will you remain in New Hampshire? No. Monica, no. Okay. I feel like you're gonna stay out east though, like in one of those smaller states. To us here out in the Midwest, we're like one of those little dinky ones, like Massachusetts and Vermont. They're little, It's like you're out there though, and Vermont might even sound right. Are you near the Vermont border there? Okay. I'm going to ask a couple more questions. Oh, Jenny says, nursing's a pile of shit too. You know what this is all about, right? This is all about women. Okay, the age of Aquarius is all about women and women energy. Who are mostly teachers? Women. Who are mostly nurses? Women. Any profession where we're being disrespected because it's backlash, because they don't have a choice, because men are losing their grip on everything. I'm telling you, and when we get a woman president, it's going to change everything. And it's coming. 4 to 8 years. I'm telling you, it's not in this next one. It's the one after, and it's not Kamala Harris. It's not. She broke ground as the first vice president, but it's not. I am concerned about Nancy Pelosi going to China, but I don't think they're going to attack. It doesn't feel that way. I do predict a rice shortage though for in China, and I don't know why. But I don't think it's gonna, they're all talk, and I just don't feel it. They just, come on. You know, China's been trying to take out the United States now for how long? They just think that this, you know, go for it. You know, then it's not going to happen. I just really don't feel it. And they've got everybody in a feverish pitch. And I still feel she's going. And I feel like they're going to leave us alone and back off. And I feel like it's going to be worked out. Like, just let us go to Taiwan. We want to talk to the people that are manufacturing there. That's what she's going for. She's not going there to spite them or anything. I mean, you know, and I know a lot of people don't like Nancy Pelosi. I know she can be kind of a piece of garbage sometimes, but I don't think she's that bad. So I follow politics closely. Yeah, she's got issues, but not any worse than any of the other pieces of garbage that are in office anyway. So, you know, but yeah. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Oh, Anna, you're nervous about your ultrasound I had today on my left foot. Feel like a tear. It is so painful, it is. You're going to have surgery there. There is like a tear because I see them stitching it and then giving you ultrasound or something to heal it or something. Let them fix it. You'll be all right. I need new knee surgery. If you guys don't know, I have a bad knee. I mean, I blew the whole knee out in 2000. And then they didn't do knee replacements. Well, they put a piece of plastic in there. And they did MCL, ACL, and meniscus disc. I mean, I just blew it out. And it's been 22 years. I haven't had any trouble. And now all of a sudden I'm having a lot of problems. So I'm probably going to have to go in and have it done again. But I decided to wait until after weight loss surgery. So, okay. One more question. Okay. So if I didn't get to you, I'm really sorry. Thank you for the roses, though. I appreciate it. I'm trying really hard to make, and I don't play favorites. If you've ever known, even as a teacher, I never did that because I know what it's like to not be favored. I was always the least favorite grandchild. And I was always the least favorite child. And so I go out of my way to not play favorites. It's not fair. It's hurtful. So if I've missed you, I'm sorry. Please don't chase me down and email me. I will get to you eventually. You just have to get back online and eventually I will see that, okay? Amy, you need direction on your career, huh? You like animals? Are you good with plants and animals? I feel like you're empathic with that. That's one of the empathic gifts is plants, animals, and children. It goes together. That's one of my gifts. I got a green thumb like you wouldn't believe. And I'm good with kids and I'm good with animals. So will you move out of Texas? Jackie, it's up to you. I still say they're going to try to secede from the union. They're going to try all they want. It ain't going to happen. But they're trying to. Don't you understand? This has been a plan of theirs for the last 200 years. That they've got their own power grid. They've even got think about it. They've got their own power grid. Why? I do know several people that have called me. People call me from all over the world. But I've talked to maybe 2 or 3 people this week from Texas, and they're moving because the one woman has 3 daughters and a gay son. And she's like, I'm out. I'm gone. And it would be advantageous for all of the sexist, misogynistic, right-wingers all to go to Texas and leave us all alone. But I don't think it's going to happen, though. I'm telling you. Okay, I've got a niece in down near Corpus Christi. So yeah. All right. One more question. Will you get the promotion you applied for? Yes, but why are they dragging their feet? It's going to take quite a while. It's going to take like 6 weeks. Just a thought. All right. You guys all take care. I'm actually going to go run and go get some groceries because I am finally feeling good enough to go to the store. So, yay. And you guys know I live in the middle of nowhere. So it takes me, I think it's 13 miles to the grocery store. So, and I love it that way. I would never trade it. I used to live in the city and I couldn't handle the energy as an empath. Out here, it's quite peaceful and I get my downtime. So you guys take care. Make it a great day.